You.
Welcome to the Ultimate Literature Essay Writing Tutorial, featuring Othello. Hey there, brilliant minds. Welcome back to English with Ms. B. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Before we dive into the main event, let me give you a quick overview of what this tutorial will cover, and why it's going to seriously level up your lit game. Step 1. How to prep like a pro. We'll start by showing you how to prepare for the literature essay before the exam even begins. You'll learn how to make killer notes, whether you're revising Othello, Macbeth, An Inspector Calls, or anything else. We'll break down how to study themes, characters, quotes, context, and structure, so when the question drops, you're ready. Step 2. How to tackle the question and plan your essay like a legend. We'll walk you through exactly what to do when you open that exam paper, how to decode the question, plan your thesis, and use a foolproof structure to map out your argument in just a few minutes. Yep, we're talking about the mighty HCTESRT formula. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. Step 3. How to write a literature essay that actually slaps. Once you've got a solid plan, I'll show you how to write a neat, logical, and impressive essay. We'll cover how to write a killer introduction, the Peel structure for powerful body paragraphs, how to build flow with transitions, and what not to do in a literature essay. Step 4. Proofreading and editing like a boss. Finally, we'll run through the finishing touches, how to check your work like a top-tier student and avoid easy mistakes. Because spelling, punctuation, and clarity can absolutely make the difference between a level 6 and a level 9. Sound good? Great. Let's get started. Part 1. How to prep like a pro, using Othello as an example. Step 1 is about building a strong foundation before the exam. 1. Know your text inside out, not just the juicy bits. Reread the play or watch a good version. The Royal Shakespeare Company's Othello is a great pick. Highlight key scenes, the opening, turning points, like Iago manipulating Othello, climactic moments, like Desdemona's death, and the ending. Make a simple scene summary grid, scene plus key event plus quote plus theme. Your goal? Be able to explain what happens in each act and why it matters. 2. Revise themes like you're a detective. Choose 4 to 5 major themes. In Othello, these could be jealousy, manipulation, race and outsiderness, appearance versus reality, gender and power. Create a theme map. For each theme include key quotes, characters involved, techniques used, e.g., dramatic irony, relevant context, like Elizabethan views on race or gender. Bonus tip, imagine the examiner asks, what does Othello teach us about jealousy? Could you write a paragraph on the spot? 3. Master character profiles. Make character sheets for the major players. Othello, Iago, Desdemona, Emilia, Cassio. Each sheet should include traits, key relationships, turning points, killer quotes, theme links, speed revision challenge. Try to talk about each character for 60 seconds without stopping. It's harder than you think. 4. Practice essays equals your superpower. Familiarize yourself with common question types. How is X presented in the play? How does Shakespeare explore the theme of why? To what extent do you agree that? Practice planning using the HCTESRT intro formula and PEEL paragraphs. Exam hack, get fast at planning. Practice forming your thesis plus 3 points plus quotes in under 10 minutes. 5. Memorize strategically. Build quote banks organized by theme and character. Aim for 3 to 5 high-impact quotes per idea. Use flashcards, visual mind maps, or stick them on your bathroom mirror. Make silly mnemonics. For example, I am not what I am. Iago's motto, imposter syndrome with eyeliner. Can't remember the whole quote? Just drop the key phrase naturally into your sentence. 6. Know the context without sounding like a history teacher. You don't need to write a textbook. Just sprinkle in a few context gems. Views on women and obedience. Attitudes towards Moors and race. Ideas of honor and reputation. The role of religion and fate. Weave it in smoothly. For example, Shakespeare's audience may have viewed Desdemona's defiance as dangerous and unnatural. 7. Exam day. Keep calm and channel Iago, but not too much. Read the question carefully, circle keywords, spend 5 to 10 minutes planning. Use your HCTESRT formula to write the intro. Peel each paragraph. Leave 5 minutes to check spelling, punctuation, and clarity. Your mantra is point to prove to zoom out to move on. Literature essay reminder, box, do's and don'ts. Do. Write in a formal academic register. Aim for clarity, precision, and authority. Use sophisticated vocabulary and varied sentence structures. Elevate your expression. Stay focused on answering the question throughout. Refer back to your thesis often. Select only the strongest points, quality over quantity. Use the most compelling textual evidence. Prioritize quotes that reveal character, theme, or technique. Integrate quotes smoothly. Embed them into your sentences. Don't just plonk them down. Analyze language, structure, and literary devices. Go beyond what happens to how and why. Use the present tense when discussing the text, e.g., Shakespeare presents, not presented. Try using the passive voice to avoid using pronouns. In this way, you will also sound more academic. Mention the author's name and literary techniques. Make it sound like a literature essay, not a blog post. Think like a critic. Draw conclusions and zoom out to wider themes and meanings. Don't use personal pronouns like I think or we can see. Keep it objective. Don't write as if the events are real. Remember, these are fictional constructions by the author to your playwright. Don't refer to your own essay. Never write, in this essay I will, or this essay concludes that. Don't signpost with obvious transitions like, now I will talk about, or in conclusion. Avoid rhetorical questions. They weaken your argument and sound unsure. Don't waffle or over-explain plot. Assume the reader knows the text. Don't include weak or vague points just to fill space. Cut anything that doesn't support your thesis. Don't use slang, contractions, or informal phrases. Keep tone professional. Don't repeat the same idea in different words. Progress your argument with each paragraph. Quick tip: sound like a literary critic, not a storyteller. You're not recounting a plot, you're dissecting meaning. Part 2. How to plan and structure the essay. Now let's talk strategy. To build your essay, use the HCTESRT formula. Here's what it stands for. H equals hook. C equals context. T equals topic. E equals explanation of the topic. S equals stance, your thesis. R equals roadmap, 3 key points. T equals transition into the first paragraph. Want a mnemonic to remember it? How about this one? Hairy cats take every single rugged tunnel. Weird? Absolutely. But trust me, you won't forget it, and that's the whole point. Let's break it down with a real example using Othello and the question, how is jealousy presented in the play? Hook. Jealousy has inspired everything from Shakespearean tragedy to Taylor Swift lyrics. It's messy, emotional, and often dangerous. Context: in Shakespeare's time, emotions like jealousy were seen as signs of moral weakness and lack of self-control. Topic. In Othello, jealousy drives the plot and leads to catastrophic consequences. Explanation: the play explores how jealousy can be weaponized by others and twisted into paranoia. Stance: Shakespeare presents jealousy as a corrosive, irrational force that blinds characters to truth and reason. Roadmap: this is shown through Iago's manipulation, Othello's internal collapse, and Desdemona's undeserved suffering. Transition: let's begin with Iago, the architect of everyone's downfall. Part 3. Writing the body using PEEL. Each body paragraph should follow the PEEL format: point, evidence, explanation, link. Here's a PEEL example. Point: Iago manipulates Othello's jealousy from the start. Evidence: he tells him, "Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster." Explanation: ironically, while pretending to warn him, Iago is planting the very seeds of doubt. The metaphor of a monster shows how jealousy can take over a person's mind. Link: in fact, losing his mind to jealousy begins Othello's tragic descent, as Iago uses insinuation rather than proof. Don't forget to transition smoothly into your next paragraph. Something like, while Iago engineers the chaos, it's Othello's internal struggle that truly fuels the tragedy. Repeat PEEL for each main point. Part 4. Wrapping it up. The conclusion. A good conclusion should restate your thesis in fresh words, summarize your 3 main points, end with a strong final thought. Here's an example. Jealousy in Othello is not just a theme, it's the tragic heartbeat of the play. Shakespeare uses Iago's deception, Othello's breakdown, and Desdemona's victimization to show how jealousy warps reality. In the end, it's not a sword or poison that destroys Othello, but a feeling, raw, unchecked, and terrifyingly human. Leave the examiner nodding. Part 5. Proofread and edit like a pro. You've written your essay. Don't stop there. Reread your intro. Does it clearly answer the question? Check each peel paragraph. Is your evidence strong and explained? Look for spelling, punctuation, and grammar slip-ups. Make sure you've used a range of vocabulary and sentence structures. Did you use at least 4 to 5 quotes well? Final mantra: clear, convincing, and confident. Final pep talk: you don't need to be Shakespeare. You just need to think clearly, argue logically, and sprinkle in some well-chosen quotes like literary fairy dust. You've got this. Now go slay that literature essay.